Shane, you know what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day!
No, why I sounded so scared.
Yeah, I needed a little bit more from you. Those commercials might have...
Well, I think I gave too much.
You didn't give me enough hump day.
I gave too much. I just sounded a little scared, in my opinion.
Scared little camel boy?
Yeah, well... Hi, guys.
Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. I'm Anthony Hilton, joined as always by Shane Diefenbach.
Yes, I am.
John DePaul, still
No, he's not.
Still gone. R.I.P.?
No.
Just MIA. Just
Why do you want
MIA.
to kill him so
I don't want to kill him.
Sounds
He's just
like
not
you do.
here.
Sounds like
He's
you
just
do.
not here. He's finishing up his last day as a Russian spy before he comes back here. In the meantime, we got a lot to get into today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we talked about yesterday?
Something that didn't matter?
Well, it mattered for the time being.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore today because it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
If you guys are late to the party, the Week 0 matchup between Arizona State and Colorado, not happening. It was nixed after the Oversight Committee denied the request because Colorado would have been playing 9 weeks straight of football. And the Oversight Committee obviously didn't want them to do that. However, I feel like if they really were about getting this matchup like set in stone, they could have shuffled some things around.
Yeah, but why does this even matter? Again, like it's sure the exposure's cool for the schools.
Yeah.
But what does it do for, like who cares? It's fine. Everything's fine.
I honestly like I saw this morning and I was like the fact that the Pac-12 is yet again the laughing stock of college football is just kind of embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I think it's embarrassing.
Why?
When you have the only mention of the Pac-12 during the national championship game, rightfully so, was Deion Sanders and the fact that you might get a Week 0 matchup between the Sun Devils and the Buffs. Phenomenal matchup, whether it's in Tempe, in neutral location, wherever.
Okay.
Only for 48 hours later, that leak from Deion Sanders proving to be part of the reason why the whole thing got scrapped in the first place. Like, it's just like, oh, the Pac-12 is going to be relevant, or they want to be relevant again.
What does this have to do with being relevant?
The only thing that people care about in terms of the Pac-12 is USC and now Prime.
Okay.
Right?
So what did this kill? This didn't kill anything. ASU and Colorado are still going to play.
They are, but it's not going to mean as much.
For ASU?
You think it's not going to mean as much for ASU? Or
for ASU, because now you're not singled out in Week 0. Every single Prime game is going to mean whatever it was going to mean before this was going to happen. Like, this isn't embarrassing. I don't know why it would be embarrassing.
I mean, I think it's embarrassing.
But I don't understand how.
I think it's embarrassing that...
For the conference?
Yes.
The conference didn't do anything wrong.
No, but in terms of... They're in the Pac-12.
Yes.
Right? Prime, big believer in speaking shit into existence.
Yeah.
He spoke this into existence a little too early. Right?
Is that what killed it, though?
I mean, nobody knows about it if it doesn't get leaked.
Okay, then, but it wouldn't have... if he didn't say that, we wouldn't have talked about it. And it would have been shut down behind closed doors and nobody would have known about it.
Not necessarily. We don't know that.
The reason they're not playing in Week 0 is because of 9 straight games, 9 straight weeks of games. And there's no reason to move because they're going to play each other later in conference. Why is it embarrassing if it was never going to happen in the first place?
But I just don't think that...
He got talked about for a little bit. It's fine.
Who, Prime?
Yeah, it's fine.
That's all Prime cares about. For me, though, it's like... There was so much hype already in a 24-hour span, like around this potential Week 0 matchup, and for it to just kind of get dead in its tracks before it really got off the ground I feel like it's a little bit embarrassing. But that's just me. Yeah. That's my personal opinion. Let us know in the chat what you guys think. Will is already in the chat saying that he didn't think it was a good idea for ASU to begin with. I thought it would have been a good idea, at least for national exposure. I know we had this conversation yesterday about it all. So if you don't think it's an embarrassment for the Pac-12, right, in terms of the ASU angle, does ASU lose or gain anything from this game not happening in Week 0?
Nothing happens because this was their schedule before.
Yeah.
So they don't lose or gain anything.
Not even through the idea of it, though?
No. Because it's an idea. It was never set in stone. They didn't get anything.
But you already saw the hype on social media about it, is what I'm saying, right? And we've talked about it. We talked about the potential benefits of a game like this. So for it not to happen, obviously the Kenny Dillingham era is going to get started however it does. And, but I think for it to have potentially started off this way, I think it would have been valuable.
Yeah, but you're not losing anything.
No, again, that's just a question you can answer however
I did.
you feel. No, you did. I was just expecting a little bit more behind it. Just a no. They haven't lost anything.
Well, okay. Here it is. Ready? Totri, when
he's gonna treat me like I'm his fucking child right now.
I'm not gonna talk to him. I'll just sit here.
Are you not?
I'll be the child this time.
Where were you going? I'm curious to hear where you were going.
If you are not hungry,
yes,
because you're getting dinner at 7 p.m. and somebody's like, you can get an even tastier one, an even tastier dinner, but you might not be hungry at 4. And then they're like, actually, let's not do that. You're not like, no, I lost everything.
No.
It doesn't matter.
You didn't lose everything, but at the end of the day, you're like, damn, I wonder what that tasty dinner would have been.
No, you know what the tasty dinner would have been because they told you what it was. And it was a Colorado ASU matchup in week 0, and it didn't matter. It's fine. Everything's fine because you're hungry and you're going to eat at 7.
Yeah, you're still going to eat. You're still going to eat. Yeah. But there's not the what could have been.
You know what? You're going to eat and you're going to be fucking starving because you've been looking at that game leading up to it this entire time. You've been looking at that food because you're hungry and you're going to eat Colorado alive. You're going to eat them.
I love the energy. Absolutely love the energy. Jason in the chat, ASU lost nothing in this. Agree with Shane. It was just an idea. LTC in the chat, TCU is going to return the favor and put 65 on the Buffs. I'd be here for it. I'd be absolutely here for Deion's start in the Power 5 to start like that. But
you're a hater.
I'm not a hater.
You're a hater.
We've gone over this.
It's fine.
We've gone over
Why do you want him to lose so bad? Because you're a hater. Give me a real answer. Why do you want him to lose so bad in a non-conference game? It's bad for the conference. It's terrible for the conference because the hype that you're talking about, it's good for the conference if they play in week 0, that hype is gone because they just lost. Why do you want them to lose? Because you're a hater. No. Then why do you want them to lose?
I dislike how much, I don't want to say credit, but how much serious respect he has gained as a head football coach without having really done anything at a coaching level.
That is the craziest way to say I'm hating.
No,
yes, it is. You know what would be great for the conference? If Deion Sanders
if Prime and them were undefeated going into whenever they play ASU, that would be phenomenal.
Or just beating TCU week 1. I don't want them to lose in week 1. That's terrible. That'd be awful. You're a hater. It's okay.
Whatever.
You can be a hater.
Call me a hater.
Okay.
I really don't care. It is what it is. If you guys think I'm a hater, come up to me at the inaugural PHNX tea party and tell me I'm a hater.
Nice. Jason, ASU will wait a little longer to eat some prime rib.
Oh, that was good, Jason. That was real good, guys. While we were talking about the inaugural PHNX. Wow. THNX.
Well, PT, they're in the same
I'm just throwing letters out there.
Hey, you know what? When I come at you this early, sometimes and Sean's not there to defend you.
It just shakes me.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like you're just taking shots at me today.
I'm not being nice.
Whatever.
I'm not coming at you personally.
Join us for our inaugural PHNX tea party presented by Four Peaks at Dobson Ranch Golf Course on Friday the 13th. Guys, check the link in the description to reserve your spot right now. It is going to be an absolute blast. There's going to be food. There's going to be merch. There's contests. There's prizes. It's going to be just an old-fashioned good time.
Yeah. You got to get your tickets today, though. Last call.
That's the last call?
Last call.
Also, just Mountain Mike's Pizza, Illegal Pete's, Burrito Express, Chop Shop,
There's going to be a flurry of good food and drinks.
OGs too, right?
OGs. Giveaways galore.
Fellas, ladies, $36. 36 beans, 36 smackaroos.
36 bones?
36 bones to get a bunch of free stuff and swing a club, watch the Suns game with the homies. Hashtag why not us?
And cry about it. Cry about it over the home.
I want to get to Zone of Tucson's comment in a second, but before we get there, I almost went to Burrito Express this morning, but I didn't have time because of the woman behind the Mac. I had to come in and produce coyotes and get bets ready, so it's her fault. Blame her.
Wow, that's
I wasn't able to get
crazy.
Burrito Express. I had to go to a coffee shop where I got a mid ass breakfast
I
sandwich.
thought you were about to say I had to do something lesser, produce Coyotes,
no.
and I was like,
the Coyote show is great. You should go watch it. They
God.
talked to Chris Peters, NHL scout, right? NHL.
He's not a scout. He's a prospect expert.
He's a prospect expert, and he literally knows everything.
But
he knows who's going to get drafted in 2025, and that's not a joke.
That's wild.
Head over to Burrito Express.
Also said some stuff about ASU hockey, so check it out.
ASU hockey tidbits at the end, so make sure to tune in for that. And if you're an ASU student, there's a Burrito Express right across the street. If you're not an ASU student, you're an ASU alumni.
Yes, sir.
Burrito Express, ASU alumni owned.
Yeah.
Make sure to head out to Burrito Express. Follow at Burrito EXP on Twitter. Buy a $25 Burrito Express gift card from one of their locations. Get a free burrito. Head over to any of your Burrito Express locations today, right now. Do it. Come on.
Bunch of great comments in the chat that we got to get to. You want to get into Zona's comment?
He says, when the hell are they going to release the 2023 Pac-12 football schedule? I feel your pain, brother, because I made a mistake yesterday. I said that their last couple games are all away. That is just how the schedule is laid out because it hasn't been set yet. So I apologize for misinforming the people. I realized that after the show. But yeah, I mean, when is it? When is it usually released?
I want to say it is released before spring ball starts. So if that is the case again, then you should have there's a window here now. What are we, January 11th? So from January 11th to, I would say, mid-March is probably your time frame.
I'm going to see if I can find an article when it first came out.
Like when last year's came out? That's what I would say is probably the window for expectation for you guys in terms of the actual schedule, and we'll definitely have a full breakdown of the schedule when it's released. I do want to get to Will's comment as well. If CU is going to be good, it doesn't matter when the game is played. The only reason to want at week 0 is if you expect CU to be bad. I don't necessarily know about that. I think there is something to be said about obviously the media in national hype around Prime and Colorado is going to continue throughout the season. But for ASU to make the most out of that matchup, there's going to be even more attention and even more media on that first game simply because it's Prime, his first game in Boulder, his first big Power 5 matchup, and it's a conference game. I think they lose a little bit of the juice that's going to come with it, but that's just me. And there's a comment that I think above LTC's comment. Another one from Will. ASU has 6 ranked opponents plus Oak State. They're going to have lots of exposure. CU being good means a compelling matchup later in the year. So there's definitely a lot to look forward to.
The schedule got released last year on December 16th.
So a little bit behind.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Again, my expectation is that you're going to get it any time from now, middle of January, to probably early March. Mm-hmm. But again, we know the Pac-12, the way they kind of function is, in my mind, it's almost like Twitter. It's just kind of whatever they really decide is just going to be the way it's going to be, I guess. So we'll see.
Another Prime hater in the chat admits he's a Prime hater. Can you just admit it?
I'm not a Prime hater.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not a hater.
All right. It is what it is.
I will give Prime all the respect in the world for what he did on the field. But until...
You're going to hate until then.
No, I'm not going to hate. I'm just going to be skeptical.
They whisper my accomplishments and scream out my failures. Prime, 2023.
Okay, Prime also, I don't know if you saw the interview. This is a guy that has quotes that he has said on the walls of the CU building. Those are the inspirational quotes and shit.
Okay.
Are his quotes on the wall.
Okay. He's egotistical, and that's what got him to where he is. You're not one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time without having an ego, Totri.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't have an ego.
Then what are you saying?
I'm saying I don't think he is deserving of the ridiculous respect he's gotten as a head football coach.
But what does that have to do with the quotes? I think you're just hating because you don't like his ego.
No, that's just an egotistical thing to do.
What did I just say? And you
said,
I
know he's egotistical. Yes, but that's not why I like.
I'm fine with you being a hater.
I'm not a hater.
Exactly.
Damn you, man.
Right, let's.
Chris in the chat says he's a hater too.
Yeah.
Respect. No, bro. No.
You just said you're.
No, I was going with Jason. Jason said he's a hater. It was Jason and Chris who were the haters. Joe's a hater. Damn you guys. Damn you.
It's fine.
Rez in the chat saying, I just want to stick my head in here real quick. I'm in Chicago and got to sleep. I'm driving later tonight. I'll watch this later. Good night.
Good luck and drive safe.
Well.
Rez Devil, one of the goats of just ASU community.
Yes.
In general, and also a great truck driver.
Yeah. Absolute phenomenal truck driver. While we're on the topic of truck drivers, let's talk about Bobby Hurley.
And the truck that they're driving through the Pac-12 conference.
Yes, sir. We got the Oregon Ducks tomorrow. The spread for that game is not out yet, but I don't know if you saw. Phenomenal duck call, by the way.
Thank you.
ESPN's analytic matchup predictor has the Ducks as 70% favorites.
What are we doing?
I feel like this game reminds me. Jason in chat, haters recognize. This game reminds me of the ASU football game against Stanford. Right? There is no reason that you can look statistically at these numbers and think that Oregon should have a 70% chance to beat ASU. However, it's just that point in the season, like it's almost destined for like, oh, you're waiting for the letdown game. I don't think ASU loses this game tomorrow. That's just me personally.
That's when they get you.
Exactly. Right. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw tomorrow night ASU down 10 toward the end of the game. You're just like, wait, what happened? Like, I don't know.
Is this game on ESPN?
Let me check.
I know I'm pretty sure it's national. It's either FS1 or. I just remember last year when they played Oregon, they were talking about. I think it was their current center Dante, and Bill Walton had an all-time quote where he said, "Cameroon, macaroon, da da."
Game's on FS1 tomorrow.
Oh, damn it! He's like Cameroon, macaroon, or something. I don't care. He's good at basketball. I was like, yes, Bill Walton. It's fantastic.
Joe in the chat, how about us being listed on Leonardi's next 4 out?
Yeah, they moved down. They were the last 4 out, and now they're the next
they dropped
4.
the net as well.
Yeah.
There was a bracketology, though, that I saw had them as an 11 seed.
Net really doesn't make sense to me right now. It's kind of all over the place.
This right now, anything that you see that hits ASU basketball out of the tournament is expectation for the remainder of the season, not what they've done to this point.
Well, the Lenardi stuff is based on the net usually. So
I don't see how
I know, but they dropped the net, so they moved. But I don't know.
Let's say this team is 26-6.
Yeah, they're 100% in.
Yeah,
zero chance. But they have to continue to win.
Yeah.
And their net will go up look. I think a lot of what happened this weekend with the weird net movement is there was a Saturday slate of games. Whenever it was, there was 156 different games. Games, not teams. Games.
Wow.
Like almost every college basketball team played that day. So, I don't know.
It is what it is, I guess. No, ASU 4-1.
Oh
obviously,
my God.
13-3. What? JJ's comment?
TCU's 31. I mean, they've had a number next to their name for a while, but they've had a number next to the name for whatever reason. They have a number, right?
Yeah. They do. Guys, we got 49 of you watching right now, but we only have 8 likes on this video. Go hit that like button.
Hit that like button. Totri rolled me. He's a hater.
If we can get to 50 likes, I'll admit that I'm a hater, and I'll buy someone a PHNX t-shirt.
So here's some, I guess this is, I don't know what this would be called. Theology? I don't know.
Theology is like religion.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that then. What's the class you take? It's not psychology.
Sociology?
No.
Physiology?
Leah, this is one you need.
Is it anology?
It's not psychology. It's philosophy.
Philosophy.
This is philosophical. To admit that, or to say that you will admit you're a hater, recognizes that you are a hater because you haven't admitted it.
No,
yet.
I just admit to what you think.
No, that's not what admit means though.
Whatever. Let's continue talking about ASU basketball. Why don't we?
Yeah, dude, that San Francisco game made me so mad. They were leading the entire game. Gonzaga led for I think like 15 seconds.
It's tough. Will Richardson, he's the guy. He's a guy that you look tomorrow night and you're like, how did ASU potentially lose this game? It's because Will Richardson did Will Richardson things. Averaging 14 points per game and 5 assists per game. He is really the key guy for Sun Devil basketball to stop tomorrow night. In terms of everybody else on this team, Nafali Dante, who is their center, I believe he's 6'10", 230 pounds. He's a big dude. He is much wider than Warren Washington is, so I'm interested to see how that matchup plays out. Dante has played well as of late. I believe, let's see. He led the team in scoring. He was 17 of 12 in Oregon's last game, which was a 10-point victory over Utah. We know how well Utah has been playing so far to start their season. They obviously had that giant win against Arizona. So for Oregon to pull out that 10-point win against a team that is doing really good things in the Pac-12 is definitely worth keeping in mind. But another thing to keep in mind about the Ducks going into tomorrow night, they do not shoot the ball well. They're the ninth worst scoring team in the conference. They're averaging 68.3 points per game, which is tied with Stanford. And then they're the worst 3-point shooting team in the conference, which says a lot considering this is a conference with Oregon State and Cal. Shoot 29% from behind the arc.
Yeah, so we talked about last year how they swept them. The first game was very close. They won in overtime 69-67 off of a big Jay Heath 3 and a big performance from DJ Horn late in that game. He was 9 of 18, had 23 points. DJ Horn was on one that game. And then Jay Heath had 14 off the bench. But you know what Will Richardson did? It was 2 for 14.
Yeah, shut him down.
From the field. 1 of 9 from 3. He couldn't hit anything. Also, the guy last year that Bill Walton's comment was about, it was in this game, and it was Kepniang. He's at Washington now, I believe.
Okay.
So it's not Dante. And then, obviously, they just beat the brakes off of Oregon in the next game. Will Richardson went 5 of 12, 1 of 7 from the three-point line. He was 2 of 16 from 3 against ASU last year. So they need to keep that going if they want to continue to win. They got a lot of newcomers. They're starting to figure out how to play together. I've compared to this team a lot to what ASU was last year. And I think they're kind of hitting their stride a little bit. So this is a dangerous team to run into right now, but it's better you run into them now than in the Pac-12 tournament
100%.
or later in the year on the road.
Yeah.
You get them later in the year at home. So
guys, let us know in the chat what you're looking forward to most about tomorrow's game. Jacob there talking about Warren is doing a pretty good job against some very good centers. Agreed. I think Warren Washington has probably been, I don't want to say the biggest surprise, but you could say that he has been at times the best player on the court for Arizona State. He's been the most valuable guy in terms of offensive production and defensive production. Looking at this matchup tomorrow against Oregon, obviously he's going to play a big role. I think something that goes into these Pac-12 matchups, specifically early on in the season, because we're still pretty early on in conference play, is you look at ASU's 3 losses, right? 2 of them came on the road. The other one was obviously the big matchup against Arizona at DFA. Do you think that the fact that Arizona State has to go on the road, and maybe even the fact that this is a team that is just a win shy already of tying the win total that they had last season, does that paired with being on the road at all play into tomorrow's game, you think?
No, they've been fine on the road. I mean, those 2 losses are bad, but they played well at neutral sites, and Oregon is a place they've gone in and won at. So I'm not too worried about that being a factor. It's just you can't let the Ducks get hot, because not only is this team a lot like last year's, it's a lot like this year's. They win games when they shoot 25% from 3. Sometimes they take a lot of threes. Which you
shouldn't be able to do.
No, they take a lot of 3s. The game they got blown out in when they scored 41 points against Colorado, guess what their 3-point percentage was?
30?
7.
Oh, God.
7%. So defend the 3-point line, you win this game, I think.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
And they're bad. They're bad at shooting from behind the
arc.
arc.
They're ASU, but not as good.
Yeah. JJ in the chat, thoughts on minutes with Duke, Brennan, and Washington both on the court.
We've seen Washington and Gaffney at the same time. I would love that, because Duke, I feel like, can really adapt into that 4 role, a true 4. He plays more like a 4 than he does a 5. He crashes, but when he needs to be a 5, he can be. Like when he's at 5 off the bench, I think he's really solid. I would love to see that. Bobby has his rotations pretty set in stone.
Yeah.
Well, he likes how he has the rotation set in stone when things are going well. When things aren't going well, it's all hell can break loose. So if you see weird rotations, it's usually because they can't score, or they are collectively all playing well, like when they platoon swap. Have we talked about the reaction that Washington's coach gave Hurley after they
went on that little run?
After he platoon swapped his starters back in the game. It was like a dead fish handshake completely, and Bobby tried to apologize, and he just walked right away. It's pretty great.
I love Bobby, dude. I think in terms of what this team has done so far this season, I don't feel like Bobby's gotten enough credit. For you go back to the start of this season, and we were talking about how good this team can be, right? You get guys like Warren Washington, you get the Cambridge brothers, you get Frankie Collins. You don't really know what you're getting out of Duke Brennan. You don't know what you're getting out of Austin Nunez. And at the start of this, your quote-unquote best player was Marcus Bagley, right? In a matter of like a week, ASU went from Marcus Bagley being the best player on this team, who quite literally did not play much, if at all, last season, to where the point where he was the face at the Pac-12 tournament for the Sun Devils on the little like poster board, to now we're like, Marcus Bagley who? Like, he's just, what Bobby Hurley has been able to do with this roster, with the energy of this team, with the personalities of this team, with everybody in his ear saying, hey, you got to make the tournament. You got to be AP top 25 or it might be it. You can't blame COVID anymore. Like, he has done an absolute phenomenal job, and I still feel like he's not getting enough credit on a national perspective.
Yeah, excluding he who shall not be named, ASU has 4 players in double figures in averages per game for points. DJ Horn with 12, Frankie Collins with 11, which surprised me, and then Dez and Dev with 10 each, 10.6 and 10.9. We are getting that 15-point game. We're getting it. We're taking a double tequila shot. It's going to happen.
I hope it's saved for the Pac-12 tournament.
Yeah.
Because that would be a lot of fun.
Does anybody shoot 40% from 3? Bobby Hurley Jr. does. 50 shooter.
We've gone over this.
39% Dev still. He's now under 40. Tragic.
He's slowly just getting back to where we thought he would be. Right?
Yeah.
Before we talk about ASU elevating its game from a bigger perspective, predictions for tomorrow night. I don't need necessarily a score prediction, but how do you see the game playing out?
I totally agree with William in the chat. Defense typically travels. You just got to hit your shots that you normally hit, and if the 3 is falling, the game is over.
Yeah.
You dominate this game.
Is Jason hungry? Because he was talking about prime rib, and now he's talking about Bobby serving up some duck tomorrow. Jason, I think you're hungry, buddy. I'm hungry too, duck? Honestly. I feel like I have.
It's phenomenal.
I could go for some duck right now, honestly.
Peking duck? You ever had Peking duck?
No, I have not. Did you give your prediction for tomorrow?
Yeah. I kind of said. If they play defense, they win.
Okay.
If they can hit the shots they normally do, they win because they always play defense.
Okay. I'm going with a big game from Frankie Collins tomorrow night. I think ASU wins big. I'm going to be honest. I think they run them off the court tomorrow night. And I think Frankie Collins gets back to scoring, which is something that we haven't seen from him as of late. I could definitely see a 15-point, 6 rebounds, 6 assists type of game from him, which I think would be a lot of fun. I know Shane has his doubts when Frankie is stuffing the stat sheet with points specifically. Don't like him shooting a lot.
Yeah. Inefficient shots.
Yeah. Well, let's get an efficient 15-point game.
Well, we after the first 3-4 games of the season, we haven't seen a game where he feels like he needs to control it. When things are going bad, he facilitates. He doesn't try to force it if the shot's not falling. He's done an excellent job, and I think he just has a little Remy Martin in him sometimes. I don't know if it's the building or whatever, but he doesn't have the Remy Martin driving ability, but he thinks he does, and he sometimes just, hey, and then it doesn't work.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Alan in chat, ASU baseball is the future.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, don't even get me started on that incoming transfer class. We're going to we got a lot of shows down the line for ASU baseball, ASU softball, and everything really under the sun as it relates to Arizona State athletics, guys.
Under the Sun Devil.
If you're new here, we're live. We're literally live 5 days a week, whether it be post-game shows or shows like this where we're just talking about some stuff. Guys, check it out. Joe in the chat saying it's going to be tequila tomorrow. We're going to get the 15-point game from the Cambridge brothers tomorrow.
I could see it. I could 100% see it. They are both playing some of their best basketball. I know Des had take the 2 losses away because nobody played well in those games. Like, no one did. I mean, Duke played well in the Arizona game for 6 minutes or whatever it was. But, like, Des, even when he's not scoring, again, I've said this on the postgame show, he's such an underrated on-ball defender.
Yeah, he is.
He beat shit, dude. There was a block in the Washington game when I was rewatching it. You could hear it from the solar system.
The solar
outside
system?
Outside of the solar system.
Okay, I was going to say we're in the solar system,
are in the
so
solar
you
system,
could hear it.
Yeah, you could. I like Austin Nunez to do something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. He's kind of... Do you think that because he had such a great Legends Classic, that the expectations for him kind of got misconstrued a little bit?
Again, because before the season, we didn't know how many minutes he was even going to get. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, and again, the thing that I like from him is like, look, you talk about the Legends Classic games, 4 of 7.
Yeah.
Played 24 minutes, 10 points against VCU, and then against Michigan, he played 22 minutes. Obviously, had that huge game, had 15 points. And he had a good game against Creighton as well. 4 of 7, 10 points. But in the games where he's not playing well, you're not seeing like 1 of 8. He's 1 for 4, 1 for 5, 1 for 2, 1 for 1, 1 for 4. Like those are his last 5 games.
Yeah.
He's not forcing anything. He has like 1 dumb turnover a game, like the one against, I believe, in the Washington game, or no, Washington State, when he was dribbling up the floor getting the play from Bobby, and he looked at him, and then the ball got taken away, and then he fouled and won. Oh, that was freshman. Very freshman.
They have their moments.
But he doesn't try to do too much, and I think that is perfect for what his role is on this team and how his role can grow moving forward, because being that, backup for Frankie coming off the bench is, you just need to be a facilitator, because sometimes that's all Frankie is.
I've said it, and we've kind of seen it as the season has progressed, right? There have been points in the season where you're like, okay, ASU's down 5 or they're down 6. Why is Duke Brennan and Austin Nunez in the game right now when they shouldn't be, right? And they get those minutes, and you look back to the U of A game. You look back to the game against Washington State, right? Where your guys just need a tap out. They need a break. They need a rest, and you're able to still get quality minutes out of Duke Brennan and Austin Nunez, and you're not losing a whole lot by putting those guys in and sitting a guy like a DJ Horn or a Frankie Collins or a Warren Washington.
Joe, that better be true, and you're not using the Dort's name in vain. You can't do that. It better be true.
The Dort's
Joe in the chat says,
again,
Nunez is Lou Dort. He will come alive down the stretch.
A little smaller than Lou Dort.
Yeah, and not an NBA caliber prospect, and not from Canada.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely not from Canada. He could be an NBA prospect.
Actually, I can't say that anymore.
He could be an NBA prospect sometime. Yeah. Maybe one day. We're going to talk about ASU and how it can elevate the basketball program for the rest of the season. Let us know in the chat who you guys think is going to be.
What's your X factor? Whether it be a player, whether it be a play style, whether it just be winning certain games. What is that next step? Where do you think that level is? Put it in the chat.
My answer to that question is
coming soon after these ads.
Yes, but it is also just getting everybody on the Arizona State basketball team some bad birdie.
See, I shouldn't have done that. My bad.
It's okay.
I need to have more faith.
It's all good.
I need to have more faith in you.
It was like when they had gone up for the alley-oop, and then Frankie and Devin both went up for it.
Dude, that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was tough. Well, not as crazy as the new bad birdie shirts that they got.
No, those go stupid.
They go crazy. They go dumb.
They go dumb. They go stupid and silly.
And they're soft. They're so damn soft. Guys, you're going to wear bad birdie, and look, I know
you're gonna like it.
My mom compliments me on the bad birdie. I'm just saying, other people's moms are gonna compliment you on how good you look in bad birdie. I'm just saying, guys. And if you use code PHNX_sports15, you guys are gonna get 15% off your next order at badbirdiegolf.com. I'm super pumped to rep my bad birdie at the PHNX inaugural tea party. It's gonna be an absolute blast. Again, guys. Use code PHNX_sports15 for 15% off at badbirdiegolf.com.
Every single time I put Bad Birdie on, I want to go, yeah.
It's just a vibe. Yeah. It's just a vibe when you put Bad Birdie on.
You know what else is a vibe? Hanging out with us.
Yeah?
Yeah, it usually is. And you guys can do that soon. We'll keep you updated. But
Illegal
before
Pete's.
then, just go to Illegal Pete's and, scout it out. Maybe see ooh, I want to talk to Shane at that table. Just let me know.
At that specific table?
At a specific table. Ooh, that'd be a good place to jump scare Totri. I can hide behind the bar and go, whoo. Maybe do that.
I'm not scared of barks, bro.
That was like
it was just a
that was like, well, I guess he kind of barks too. DMX. Yeah. RIP.
Yeah, he definitely barked. That was
Legal Pete's. New year, new diet. Well, quit pushing it off. Legal Pete's has what you need with endless options of fresh ingredients that can fit into almost any diet or dietary restriction. It's a no-brainer. Eat Pete's just for the health of it. Legal Pete's is always our go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer.
It's margaritas.
Slap, smack, smock. They're really good.
Love it.
Go to Legal Pete's.
Shane, for you, Arizona State basketball, 13-3 right now. Feels like they can still take another jump to truly be a top 4 team, solidify their spot as a top 4 team in this conference. How did they get there, and who is behind the jump for Arizona State?
So this team doesn't feel like it needs a guy, like a true number 1 scoring option. It doesn't need a guy because night in and night out. Obviously, the easy answer is consistent offense, but that's just not how these teams work. They can't do that. I don't know what it is. It's just that mental block. So let's take that easy answer out of it.
Okay.
How do you get to consistent offense? How do you there's no magical play. Like the Princeton he thinks might be the magical play. It's not. There's no magical play that's going to get you buckets instantly.
Yeah.
instant offense comes from defense. And I think that even when they don't get a steal or a great outlet pass, you get that stop, you get the board, and you just go. Playing fast is always what I thought this team does best. We saw it against Washington. We saw how insane and how fun this team can be. There was not a very small crowd, but a smaller crowd, better than I expected on Sunday for that Washington game. But it was so loud in there because of how high-flying and how fun and how fast-paced this team can be. And not only will that draw more fans, but that just, I think, helps this team go, because when they're in that stride and they're hitting that groove, it doesn't have to be from the three-point line, because it often isn't. A couple dunks fall and you get some swagger, you're getting a steal, the opposing team's knuckles start getting white and you're off to the races.
Yeah. Vontez in the chat saying real deal Neal and Joe as well, ready for Neal to take the next step. I think it would be really exciting if he can carry over what we saw from him against Washington, even just a little bit of that throughout the rest of conference play, and maybe elevate it even when we get to tournament time. Because I think that's what's been missing a little bit from this team is outside of Duke Brennan and Luther Muhammad, you need somebody to be able to give you something off the bench.
Isn't that crazy that you just said that?
Yeah, that is a crazy statement, because Luther gives you the defense and Duke gives you the boards. If you can get somebody consistently scoring 10 points a night off the bench and it's Jemiah Neal, I think that would be a lot of fun.
What about
Shooter?
What about Shooter?
No. Fuck Shooter.
He could be so good against zone defenses. We saw one jump shot from the free throw line.
0 NE, baby.
I'm sorry.
You're still on the whole week 0
about
thing.
Numbers and
you're thinking about the week 0 game.
He had one singular shot from the free throw line. That was the easiest entry pass I've ever seen. And guess what he did? He made it.
Yeah.
And the second time he got it there, he passed it to Warren for a lob.
I think to your point about this team not needing a star player or an X factor, they just need to play fast, and that play style can carry them to that next level. I 100% agree. You saw it against Washington. For me, it was almost like what you do to some people in Madden, where you find the exploit and you just, I'm gonna
throw the flat.
I'm gonna just do this until you find a way to beat me, right? And against Washington, they didn't have an answer for the athleticism and the speed of this team.
No, specifically Devin.
And if that's what it takes, if it takes 8 dunks a game from Devin Cambridge, or if you find something else to where it's working, like on one given night, if you need to feed Warren Washington like they did, it was against Washington State?
Yeah.
Like, if you find that exploit each and every night, then you're fine. You don't need
coaches do though.
You don't need what Oregon needs. And they need Will Richardson to do something or they lose.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think, again, and those are for tournament teams, right? Really good tournament teams, I would argue they don't need that X factor, that star player. It helps, but if you can scheme somebody to have a great night, any given night, then I feel like you win the matchup more times than not.
You know what I'm just speaking out of my ass right here. I don't know if this is true or not, but what I see to be like the most high percentage looks they get from 3 is transition. They always seem to fall. Always seem to fall. DJ Horn, skip pass, knock down, water.
When this team's moving fast, they're unstoppable.
Yeah, they are.
And that's what they do best. It's a lot of fun. Will in the chat, mid-range is where this team thrives. Joe, would be nice if Horn could find a way to get his against bigger teams as well. Yeah, I think that's one thing.
We saw him get up for a couple games last year. But I don't know. DJ, like,
he's hit or miss.
Well,
it is what it is.
Even when he's missing, like Sean was very upset. Well, to my surprise, after the Washington State game, he was talking about how inefficient he was. And yeah, his numbers weren't great, and he took a couple dumb shots. But those dumb shots go in, and that's why Bobby Hurley teams work. That's why the chemistry is so good, because I know, like, if you're a basketball purist and you're a get off my lawner and you're just like...
A get off my lawn.
Yeah, you're just like, there's a traveling on every play. That's a terrible shot. He's taking a fadeaway 3. Well, you know what? The fadeaway 3 goes in for Desmond Cambridge.
Yeah.
It does. So, DJ's, he's just undersized, but he plays huge minutes. It's weird. It is weird. DJ Horn is an anomaly.
I do want to shift from ASU basketball back to ASU football before we get out of here, because there's a couple of things I want to cover. We got some good news. We got some bad news.
Oh, no.
Okay. The good news was news yesterday of a transfer. We'll get into that in a little bit. The bad news, as of a couple hours ago, is Anthony Lucas is a USC Trojan.
No way.
He got the bag.
I've been getting bag
The
after bag after
former, I think it was 2021 number 1 overall recruit from Arizona, the former Texas A&M defensive lineman. It looked like it was between USC and Arizona State, and at the end of the day, he's a Trojan.
It's official?
It is official.
He tweeted it?
It's announced on his Twitter and his Instagram.
So he tweeted it?
He tweeted it.
Okay.
He is a USC Trojan.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Him and Eric Gentry are going to be good friends.
Yeah. Maybe he'll miss some tackles too. I don't know.
Come on.
Sorry, I had to. Absolutely.
You're an Eric Gentry hater too.
No, I'm not an Eric Gentry hater.
Friend of the program.
Friend of the program, Eric Gentry. Should we just get Anthony Lucas on just for shits and gigs? We're like, well, no, you're not going here.
No, if we get Anthony Lucas on, then maybe it gets reversed and he transfers to USC or to ASU. I think a USC Trojan is in the chat because somebody just disliked our video.
Damn, that's tragic. Honestly, if I told you, I mean, look, Anthony Lucas, it sucks that you're not getting it. It is nice that they are having, that they've got a lot of depth along the defensive line, right? We talked about Deshaun Mallory the other day, Garen Stansberry taking his name out of the portal. You're getting guys like BJ Green back. So those are all really, really nice. It does suck, though, because in terms of star power, right, Anthony Lucas had the potential to be a game wrecker here. And it would have been nice, again, the whole coming home thing for Kenny and everybody else. But again, Anthony Lucas, not going to be a Sun Devil. He's transferring from Texas A&M to USC. So he's going to be in conference. Listen, Joe. Joe's just on one all the time.
ASU recruiting hit 17 dingers. Then they fouled, tipped the ball.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Sometimes it happens. Turnover luck.
Wait.
That's what we'll call it. The guy that ASU did get yesterday is another defensive back, Shamari Simons. He was a DB.
Simmons or Simons? Are there 2 M's?
Simons. There's 2 M's.
Yeah.
So Simons. What'd I say? Simons?
You said Simons like 3 times.
Why couldn't it be Simons?
Because there's 2 M's.
What if the second M's silent?
You're funny.
Hey, you never know, man. Out of Austin P, 113 total tackles in 2 seasons with them. The first comment when I tweeted that was, we got a DB who's not afraid to tackle.
Can I say something before we get into the serious talk?
Sure.
Austin P's real chant in a college basketball tournament is "Let's go P."
Is it really?
Let's go P. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 years and 130 plus tackles, right? What you said?
113 total tackles in 2 seasons.
That's ridiculous.
For a DB.
That is a lot for a DB. Does he play a true cornerback position or is he a safety?
I believe true corner.
Wow. That's ridiculous. What, are they just blitzing him every play? That's nuts.
Yeah. It's a guy that, again, he's not going to blow you away with his size, but he is a guy that has, he reminds me, okay, and I'm going to give you a comp that's not Chargers related.
Wow.
Okay?
Never on the Chargers.
Cortland Finnegan.
Dude, that's a dog right there.
He was what was considered an undersized corner, but the fact of the matter is he played with such a tenacity and an aggressiveness that he was like
fighting Andre Johnson.
Literally fighting Andre Johnson in the middle of a game. That's the type of energy that this guy brings to your defense. And again, like, you get a guy that can be the cornerback that's not afraid to, I don't know, like, be the game wrecker, right? We're just finished talking about how you're not getting your Anthony Lucas, but you get a guy who can be a game wrecker as a DB in something other than the passing game, right? Which I think is nice.
Joe in the chat saying "Go P" right around the same time that I said "Let's go P." I think he had a Shane and Sean moment. He said in the chat. Also, Jason, stop that. Absolutely not. No. Yeah, this is great. The DB room it's not stacked, but it's starting to get there.
Yeah,
it's starting to get there.
It's starting to be fun. I think there's a bunch of different position groups. I'm not going to even entertain that, Joe. Yeah. I think there's at this point so many different players that it's going to be so exciting, even in spring ball, to see what this team looks like.
God, I wish Camp T was back.
It's just the energy of this team is going to be ridiculous, in my personal opinion. I think that you're going to get a group that is unlike any Sun Devil team that we've seen in the last 5+ years.
You got to get cohesion. To build a good defense, you have to have cohesion. You have to have good chemistry. And that's why Camp T would be awesome to have, but maybe you get Camp Dilly and they do something else.
Camp Dilly.
Maybe they all... when I was in high school, we were playing so poorly.
Basketball.
My junior year that we all had to sleep in the gym one night. a lot of sleepover in our school gym during a school night. We had to wake up and shower. And
I think that's so stupid. Sleeping at school.
It worked.
Did it?
I don't know. I didn't play better because I didn't play because I was ass, but the team started winning. I was there like, let's go.
Let's go.
There's a great highlight of me.
Yeah.
Against Chaparral High School, our point guard Rolando Rhymes hit a game-winning layup, and I'm on the bench, and you can see me go, yeah.
Love that.
It's probably my best athletic achievement.
Love that for you.
I jumped really high.
Look, guys, there's 90 of you right now in the chat. Hit that like button. Again, we are live 5 days
50
a
likes,
week.
and he'll admit he's a hater.
Yeah. Just do it.
We're close.
If we hit 50 likes, like I said, I will buy somebody in the chat a PHNX shirt, and I'll admit I'm a hater. Just saying. But there's not a whole lot of time left for you guys to hit.
I'll create a new segment.
Okay, new segment right now?
Do what we have to do, and then...
We did what we have to do.
No, we skipped this.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Look at you, buddy. Look at you.
Come on, man.
Sorry. I wasn't very much a dog as of right now. But you know who is a dog? Underdog Fantasy.
Guys,
Fantasy. It's an easy place to make some money. It's easy to get started. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app now. Sign up with promo code PHNX, and Underdog is going to match your first deposit up to 100 bones. Guys, I don't know about you.
Are you feeling 22? I haven't done that in a while. I had to.
Okay, just that was like a gut punch. That kind of hurt. The pick'ems on Underdog Fantasy, literally the easiest way to make some coin. Okay, I don't know about you. NFL playoffs, wild card weekend, the highers, the lowers. For me, I feel like you're taking everything higher on the Chargers game. That is just me. And I'm taking everything lower as it relates to the sorry-ass Miami Dolphins, because you got Skylar Thompson as a starting quarterback against the Buffalo Bills. It's not going to even be a game. I honestly wish they would just change the opponent if that was me. But again, Underdog Fantasy, easy place to make money. When you sign up with promo code PHNX, they're going to match your first deposit up to $100.
100 roofs.
100 bones. You know what you can buy?
With 100 bones?
With 100 bones? Tell the people. A
museum of natural history. Because then you can donate. It depends what bones they are. If they're dinosaur bones, then you could probably make some.
Do you know where I'm trying to go with this?
Do museums of natural history? I bet the museums of natural history benches aren't as good as more furniture chairs.
Boom!
Ow, that hurt my ears.
Sorry for everybody on audio, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we level it. That's fine. Sorry for everybody watching live if you're wearing headphones.
More furniture,
More
guys.
furniture. Sit it on you. Sit on it.
So what?
Sit on it.
Get it in your home.
Get it in your home. As we said, Sean got a bunch of stuff for More Furniture.
Yep.
All of our lovely furniture out there with the recliners and the chairs for the other studio for More Furniture. So make sure to head over to morefurniture.com. Save big on the best furniture in the valley when you head over to morefurniture.com.
All right, you got your last final topic here?
Let's see.
What do we got? Or is this the random topic generator again?
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Guys, again.
Like the video.
50 likes. And I'm going to have to spend some coin. Some of those bones.
Yeah. Some of those bones on a shirt for one of you guys.
And I'll admit I'm a hater.
Yeah.
Do we have any CU fans in the chat? Let me know. Because I got some shit I want to talk to you guys about your new head coach.
All right. Two famous people to be at lunch or dinner with. Who is it?
Ooh, dead or alive. Doesn't matter.
Let's go dead and then alive.
Ooh, okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Give me Pac.
Okay.
I want to know who killed him.
Okay. But wait, we're doing the dead first.
Yeah, I'm doing dead first.
Okay.
Give me.
Isn't he in Cuba? Is he alive?
No, he's dead.
Okay.
And then Amelia Earhart. I want to know what happened there too.
Well, have you heard the theory about the coconut crabs?
I think you told me about the coconut crabs.
Chat. Have you heard the theory about Amelia Earhart and the coconut crabs?
20 likes, guys. 20 likes.
20 likes and I'll tell you it. No, I'm kidding. Apparently when she crashed...
Terrell.
She crashed.
What are we doing, man?
She crashed on an island and they couldn't find her body because the coconut crabs there ate her alive.
Oh my God, LTC.
All right. Mine two are... This is tough. I would say... The guy that I don't know what his name is, but the guy that created the guy that ran and said Nike
Yeah.
He created the marathon.
Okay.
I don't know how he
Okay.
did that because that shit must have hurted.
Yeah.
With his like.
Oh, the guy that
sandals.
started the marathon, did the first marathon? I think he died.
He did. He collapsed and died.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got
He's
you.
been dead for a while.
Yeah, I got you.
So that has nothing.
He ran from like Athens to where'd he run to?
I don't know.
Somewhere
Maybe they're base
historic.
Camp.
Somewhere historic.
Oh, Nike, and that's why Nike got its name.
Okay.
So
those are the dead.
wait, that's one.
You have
guy.
one more. 18 likes, guys.
It's hard not to like. Yeah, never mind. I don't know. It's just him and me.
Okay, so just two, just two people.
Who's your live people?
Live people. I want to have. Let's go, Deion Sanders.
And Kenny Dillingham.
No. Listen, I want to talk to Deion, and I want to get in his face
and say I'm a hater.
No, I want to talk to Deion and let him know.
Sparta.
I just want to ask him if he like real talk thinks that the respect that he has gotten as a Power 5 head coach is warranted yet. Because I don't think it is. If you can, let me know in the chat. Do you genuinely believe that Deion Sanders
is one of the biggest haters
has earned the respect, like from national media, to be like coined the savior of Buff Nation without having coached a game there yet? He hasn't played anybody in the Power 5.
National media is saying he's the savior.
I think a lot of people are saying the savior.
Can you find me an example? I don't know an example.
I will look up Deion Sanders savior.
I don't think you're gonna find like papers in Colorado saying that, and you know. DNVR.
Oh, this is Deadspin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And salon.com.
Yeah. Don't call him Deion. It hurts.
One more alive.
Yep.
Obama. Yeah, I think that would be sick. Oh,
is that a good impression? Is that good?
That was. Give me two alive and we'll get out of here.
Well, yeah. There's some pretty cool people out there. Ooh, Miles Teller.
Okay, that's a good one.
Because we look alike. And he's just as sexy as I am, if not less sexy.
Got you.
And no, she died.
Oh, God.
I was thinking Betty White because she's awesome, but RIP. That's my second
RIP. Okay.
There we go.
Chat.
Whoa, that's my second dead person. My live person.
Okay.
Because I didn't give you a second dead person.
Gotcha.
It was just me and the guy that ran the marathon. That would, you know what?
That's a wild dinner.
Can I speak Latin? They spoke Latin, right?
Do you know Latin?
Wait, that was, ancient Greece. They spoke Latin. Yeah, no, I don't know Latin. Yeah, they spoke. Chris
Rock and Will Smith. That's a great duo.
That's a
great duo, Jason.
I'd probably just Drake.
Okay, that's a good one too. That's a really good one. All right, guys, we didn't hit 50 likes, but look at me dead in the eyes.
What's the last movie you watched and how was it?
Last movie I watched?
It's a random topic shit. I really want to do admit as a hater. Please like the video.
I don't.
Was it Avatar?
Look. I think it was. Dude, I really want to go see Puss in Boots. That's neither here nor there.
Dude, it's apparently it's not just like really good. Like, no, because it's really cool, good. But it's like profound.
Yeah, I want to go.
Like there's meaning
I want to go see it. I want to go see it. Chat, I'm going to give you what you came for today, even though we didn't hit 50 likes. Deion Sanders is a shame. He is a fraud. And I'm a Deion Sanders hater. There you go. Clip it. DNVR buffs. There you go. I don't know what to tell you.
The man to my right, to the screen's left, to your guys' left, is his opinions do not reflect mine.
They do. They reflect you.
Get away from me.
No, come here. Deion ain't him.
Okay, guys.
Deion ain't him.
It's been a pleasure as always. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Anthony on Twitter at Anthony_Totri. You can follow Sean on Twitter at Sean_DePaz.
Being a Russian spy as always. No. Yep. We will see you guys. Oh, you can follow the show at PHNX_Sun Devils.
I've heard him say being a hater as always.
Yeah, being a hater as always. Guys, we will be back.
Damn, we got another dislike.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back. ASU basketball against Oregon. We'll have a post-game show, win or loss.
We'll put Deion Sanders in the title just for you guys.
Oh my gosh. Stay tuned, guys. But for now, have a great rest of your hump day. Peace.